My name is Danny Garfield, and today we want to share another level with you of the game Concursion, coming out in a handful of months, and that level is level 2-3, Shot Pursuit. Shot Pursuit ties together Albedo, our space shoot-'em-up game, with Slash, our hack-and-slash ninja game, and a little bit of Rescue, our platformer, and a little bit of our jetpack game to create kind of one seamless space shoot-'em-up game. The trick of this is going to be two things. One is every so often there's going to be a well of gravity pulling me down to the floor that I'm going to have to leap across as a ninja, and two, the enemies are actually going to be shifting in really interesting ways as the level goes on. We'll talk about it as we see. So what we see at the start of this level is that the top is Rescue and the bottom is Rescue, bounded in the middle with an Albedo stretch of our space shoot-'em-up. And so what's happening then is these enemies on the top and bottom are turning into our Rescue platformer enemy that is, we call it our Spike Chaser. And they're trying to find me as best they can and kind of make a beeline at chasing me. The problem they're having is the moment they pass through the middle, they turn into a meteor, which has no brain and just makes a straight line as far as it travels. And so we kind of get these really neat figure 8 shapes of where it's trying to aim itself up, and then it fails and it goes in a straight line, and then it tries to aim itself up, and you kind of get, I don't know, a tied shoelace effect. So I can actually take advantage of the Rescue top as well. I can take advantage of this Slash here by jumping across the gap, which I would otherwise fall through, using my double jump as Slash. And so in the next part of the level here, we're going to introduce a new enemy. It's called the Rear Shooter. And basically the Rear Shooter tails me as best it can, staying just out of my fire range, until it charges up its laser and shoots a full screen laser. And so right now that's not much of a threat. We're kind of being introduced to him as we destroy some of the spaceships on our way. But in a couple minutes, we're going to reintroduce those kind of figure 8 shoelace enemies, turning from the Spike Chaser into the Meteor, and have to deal with them both at the same time. So again here, I'm turning into a ninja to cross kind of a rift of gravity, and here I can turn into Rescue to kind of dolphin breach out of outer space into a gravity-constrained platformer to grab things that are above it. So soon we're going to have some spaceships to deal with again right here, and I'm going to see if I can actually use my dolphin breach, boom, there we go, to jump on a few of these most highly placed enemies without having to shoot them up, which is kind of just a fun alternative to fight them. As the level goes on, we're going to hit kind of a big band of Slash, which is going to turn the Rear Shooter into one of our sentient ghost fires, boom, and render him unable to chase me again. I could go and finish the level outright right now, but secret tip, there's a shard hidden just above the goal here. So I can use my double jumps as Slash, combined with my jetpack abilities in Jetpack to get that hidden item. Plummet back down to the bottom, base roll a little bit, clear the level. And so that's Shot Pursuit, kind of a really neat mix of how enemies can shift and how sometimes that shifting can actually do a little bit of damage to me by making me deal with gravity in space.